feel like this news is really going to tee us up for our first competitive game of the new season. Welcome back to us. I want to officially hope you are all well. West Ham or Brentford versus West Ham preview to a pre-season game, our penultimate game of our pre-season, as Sir Benrahma meets his old friends and as we take on our first competitive Premier League side of the new season. To preview the game that takes place tomorrow at the Brentford Community Stadium, I've got first and James. James, how are you?
Good, mate. I'm very well. All good in the hood.
Brentford Clive as well. Clive, how are you?
I'm very well as well, mate. Thank you.
Good. Let's have a look in the chat. Scott's in. Evening, Jake, James, and Sir Brentford Clive. How are we all looking forward to this game? I think we all are. Oh, James, we'll start with you first off the bat. What are you feeling for this game? Confident? What are you feeling?
We won't know till the teams come out, mate, to see what we're going to be up against. I mean, what have seen Brentford in the league this year, mate? They're well run, and they've got a good production on the players, and they're like the mini version of Leicester. They buy small and sell for big, and let's be honest, like the Benrahma, Watkins, to name a few, who have gone through to other clubs, and yeah. What do I expect? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. It'd be nice to see some of our first team out there and give them a game, but they did play Wednesday, I think it was, when they drew 2-2 with Man United, I think, in Manchester. So, yeah.
Yeah. Clive, from your perspective, how are you feeling for the game?
Fairly confident, and I'm basing that on our performance against Man U on Wednesday night. Granted, it wasn't a full-strength Man U team, but then neither was we. It was like a combination of first team players and fringe players, with youth players coming on at the end. Man U had most of the game, or most of the ball. They took the lead twice, but we showed what we're worth, and we come back twice. We've done all right, and I think we'll do all right against West Ham as well. Again, it depends on the strength of West Ham's team. I should imagine, I certainly hope, that they're going to put a near full squad, full strength team out. You did last year against us, because this is the second year in succession that we played you. We played at, I nearly said Upton Park now, played at London Stadium last year. You beat us 2-1. But, in fairness, we matched you, no problem whatsoever. No problem at all. And I think we'll do the same again this year.
Yeah, well, yeah, I am expecting a really competitive game. Scott says, is Clive happy with the recruitment so far this season for Brentford?
Yeah, I've never heard of any of the players that we've got, that we bought, but then I'd never heard of Benrahma before, I've never heard of Dalsgaard before. Yeah, I've got confidence in our recruitment team. The only one I'm not sure about is the young lad, Miles Harris or whatever, the young lad from Chelsea, 18-year-old from Chelsea. How he'd fare in the first team, I don't know. But Onyeka and Christopher Asia from Celtic, I think they'll do all right.
Yeah. James, we've seen our first player come in the last day or so. Alphonse Areola, do you think is it too soon? Do you think we could see him play a part tomorrow?
I think it's too soon, mate. I'll be quite shocked. I think he'll play against Atlanta next Saturday. I think it is. I can see that coming. I can't see him playing tomorrow, mate. If he does, then great. But that's a great signing for us. Absolutely great signing. That's the sort of signings that I want to see at West Ham. I don't want to see these cheap, cheerful signings from, like, as I said, Bulgaria or Romania or somewhere. Like he's a good goalkeeper, a big goalkeeper, and he was excellent for Fulham last year. It's just that Fulham's defence weren't. So yeah, it's a great signing, mate, and I think he'll play against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Have you brought him in as a first team keeper or like a bench warmer?
For me, mate, he's Premier League. He's Premier League goalkeeper for me, because he's the future. Fab's done a great job for us. Don't get me wrong, but Fab is known to pick up an injury, and it's good because we've got two good goalkeepers now instead of one good goalkeeper on one half decent goalkeeper. So, yeah, I look at Fab. I think he's done a great job for us since he's come from Swansea. But there comes a time where you've got to hand the reins over, and I think this is the year where if we as long as we stay in the league, which I'm pretty certain we will do, then we'll sign him next year, and he'll be our goalkeeper for the next 5-6 years. So yeah, Premier League for me.
Yeah, because I guess Fabianski is getting on a bit now, isn't he?
Is he 36, I think?
Yeah, it's his final year. It's his final year with us, mate. I think he's not. I think he's going to retire at the end of the year, if I believe, or he's going to leave at the end of the year because, like, so yeah, Fab's done a great job for us, mate. He's been a really, really good goalkeeper for us. I must admit. He cost 7 million when he come in, but as I say, Areola's the future, mate. And I must admit, that's a great signing for us.
Fresh out.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some comments. Kent says, hope you're well, Kent, as always. The Bees have always bought well and sold. Going all the way back to Holdsworth, Asper, De Campbell and co. Yeah. As James alluded to, almost taken the Leicester strategy with
the main difference. I bring Kent Hammers up to date on that. The main difference when you go back to Holdsworth, Saba, and DJ Campbell, we sold them and we were robbed over them because we had no bleeding money. They were taking off us for next to nothing. The main difference now is we call the shots. It's our price, and they will not go until our price is met. Where back then, back in the 80s and 90s, is a totally different matter. The buying club, they were the ones who dictated to us, but now it's different.
Yeah, but do you see though, Clive, that over the last 10 years, you've seen progression with Brentford through the leagues as they've been buying players and. Like, let's be honest, Ivan Toney done nothing at Newcastle, went to Peterborough, you took him out of Peterborough, and look at him now.
Yeah, before he went to Peterborough, he did, even when he was on loan, he wasn't prolific or anything. He had 1.5 good seasons at Peterborough, and had a brilliant one with us last year, absolutely brilliant. How he's going to do this year, I don't know. Because the Premier League is that much quicker, isn't it? You don't get much time on the ball.
Yeah.
The players are harder as well, I think. I think the tackles... He was tackled all the time last year, and he kept his cool most of the time. How he's going to fare this year, we'll see.
Do you think, Clive, do you think the majority of your squad are going to be able to adapt to the Premier League? Because the Championship and the Premier League is one division, but it's a lot different.
I can't really answer that one, mate, because I don't know. I only hope so. Hope so. We're not going to buy any Premier League experienced players. That's not the way we go. It's going to be based on how we play, and how we play is Premier League style. But let's find out.
I think you're going to play like Leeds, mate, this year. I can see that coming. Leeds didn't have any proven Premier League players, and obviously they've got Bielsa and the way Bielsa plays. I think Brentford. I think it's going to be a culture shock for you when you go out to Man City and because there's going to be times where you're going to get just beaten heavily by teams. But then also, I think the lesser teams like the Burnleys, the Brightons, teams like that. I think you can definitely match up with them 100%. Even Newcastle, like you played Newcastle in the Cup last year.
Yeah, they're the teams that's going to keep us up, I reckon, James. They're the teams we'll beat, and they're the teams who will get enough points to stay up.
Can you see, Clive? Can you see, or I mean, you hope you do a Leeds and try and get up into that top half. But would you happily take anything but relegation to stay in the league right now?
Of course, I'd happily take it. I don't think that'll happen. I think we'll do all right, and I can see us finishing top 12. 12th, 13th, round about that, maybe 11th.
Yeah.
What will be the big test is next season, when that so-called second season syndrome comes in. Because look at Sheffield United a couple of years back. They did brilliant. And then last season, they were awful.
And I agree with you on that one, because I believe Leeds are going to struggle this year. Like people said to me, nah, Leeds won't struggle. Well, it's okay doing it once, but then this season, everyone's going to know what they're going to do. And it happened with Sheffield United, and I think it might happen with Leeds. I'm not saying Leeds are going to get relegated, but I think they're going to be fighting for their lives to stay in the league this year, though.
No, I'm not sure if I agree with you, mate. I rate Beasler as a coach. I think he's brilliant. His attitude seems to be, it doesn't matter how many they score, just score one more. And if you got goals in you, then you've got the ability to stay up and do well.
Yeah.
I like him. I rate the bloke, and I can see them doing all right again myself.
Well, we will just have to wait and see. James, do you? What would you like David Moyes to come out with? A mix of young and starting 11 players, just starting 11 players, or just youth players? If you were David Moyes, what would you do?
I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see like is it Ewok? Is it or Ewok? Or I can't even pronounce his name. He's from Equa. That's the man. The man from Chelsea. I want to see him in there. I want to see Conor Coventry in there. Like, I know people have been raving about Conor Coventry, like that. But I want to see him up against Premier League now. Like I want to see him next week against Atlanta, or I want to see a bit of him this time against Brentford. I want to see a few of the players in there, mate. I don't really want to be going heavy-handed on like first teamers because we can't afford someone to get an injury like 2 weeks before the start of the season. Do you know what I mean? So a couple of the youngsters, Forson, I want to see him play. I think he's a good player. There's a few youngsters. OK Flex, is it? Yeah,
OK
another
Flex.
one. Yeah, another one. And just give them a run out. And I just want to see what they're like against. If Brentford do come out with a quite a medium strong team sort of thing, then we can see what they're all about against that sort of standard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Giving the midfielders, a run. People are saying let's put Souček back in there again.
No.
Because
he's one injury. If the takes one, and then like we're knackered in that midfield. So, not for me, mate. I wouldn't even start him. Like the first time he starts for me is Newcastle away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is I completely agree with this. It's the time to experiment with Equa, Coventry, Force, and see whether these players are good enough. Let's take some comments then. Let's have a look here. Scott says, would imagine it's the same starting 11 that started against Celtic, possibly Souček coming in for Noble. I can't see Souček coming in as we just discussed. We will just have to wait and see. David Moyes could do anything. Ken says Adjer, a good player from Celtic, very good player. Yeah, I've heard good things about him. I think it's just about too early for Areola. Scott says I think so. I don't think Mr. Randolph will be too pleased. Yeah, I don't think he'll be too pleased with the coming in of Alphonse Areola. Maybe he would. Maybe this is going to force his way out of West Ham. We'll just have to wait and see. Scott says,
I agree there.
Yeah. Scott says, I hope we've got some sort of deal lined up with West Brom for Pereira that send them Randolph in exchange. You have mentioned that a few times. That's a real good proposition perhaps. Question for you, Clive. Scott says, is Rico Henry fit?
He came on briefly in the second half, so he's not fully match fit yet. He's getting there. Yeah. Whether it started at the start of the season, I don't know. I certainly hope so. Hope so, because that man's got an England shirt waiting for him, without a doubt.
Very good player. Kent asks, Clive, how do you think Josh Da Silva will do? I think he's a quality player.
Josh Da Silva is absolutely awesome. Trouble is, he won't be playing this year. The club have already said he's out for the rest of the season. He's got some sort of hip injury, and it's going to take a long time to heal, which is a great shame because he was absolutely on fire before he got injured. Arsenal have let go a real talent there.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be playing, mate. He's still on crutches.
I've got a question for you, Clive. For you. What do you make of your manager?
Love him.
Yeah.
Love him. Absolutely love him. Yeah.
How's he galvanised the team for, like, obviously the playoffs last season? You went up pretty comfortable in the playoff final, but the season before that you lost. So how's the progression been since the defeat in the playoff final?
It's got to be through his man management skills. It's got to be. The players love him as well. When the players score, some matches, when the players score, they don't celebrate between themselves, they run to the manager and celebrate with him. They absolutely love him. His man management skills are second to none. And I also think that defeat galvanised the team within themselves as well, because most of them were playing last season against the Fulham defeat, and they knew what defeat tasted like.
Yeah, they did.
My only worry with manager is when Denmark's national team manager quits or sacked or whatever, I can see Thomas Frank going there. Thomas Frank was... Every country has their Manager of the Year award and all the rest of it. Denmark had their Manager of the Year award, and it went to Thomas Frank. Didn't go to a Danish manager over there. They picked Thomas Frank, so they rate him as well. And that's the only danger. That's the only thing that I can see happening is one day he'll become Denmark's manager.
Yeah. Charlie Boy CB, thank you very much for putting $5 in the super chat. Greatly appreciated for that. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at some more comments then. Let's scroll down here. Liam says, "What's with the Martin Braithwaite situation? Apparently Barcelona have accepted our bid." No, I think it's been reported today that there's been no official bids, Liam. Not that I've heard of. I don't think there's any movement in that deal at all. Question for you, Clive: has those two words Premier League? Have you got used to them yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. I still look back at videos and I think, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. 50 years I've waited for this. 50 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I
will say one thing, like away tickets. It's going to be so hard to get away tickets, and there's something to be said about lower league football.
Yeah, definitely. I think I really do hope. I think you've got Arsenal, the first game of the new season. I think you've got Arsenal on that Friday night. I really hope you do turn up and surprise Arsenal. I think you will. That really would be great to see. Let's have a look at some more comments then. Long live the bowling. What's happening, boys? I hope you're well. Good point from Peter. He says, don't forget under 23s play tonight, so might be half a team there and half a team at the game tomorrow. That is a very good point. We play Aldershot, kicks off in about 10 minutes time. So that's a very good point. We might not see the likes of Ekwell, Forson, commentary. It depends what team we put out to play Aldershot tonight. Let's have a look here. Let's scroll there. Simon, I hope you are well. Long live the bowling says, I don't get these friendlies with Premier League clubs where we will be playing them in a few months already.
I must admit, I agree with him on that. I do agree with him. I don't know why that's happened all of a sudden. Like, it never used to be like that ever. Like, we would never be playing Brentford 2 weeks before the start of the season in a friendly. Like we used to always, I don't know about Clive, but when we used to play a friendly, we used to do a little tour, also like Scotland or Ireland or something, or Austria, and then we'd play one European team, which is Atlanta next week, and then that'd be it. We wouldn't be playing. We might play Southend or Dagenham and Redbridge or Orient or something, but we would never play a Premier League team. Never.
No, I'm surprised about it as well. When Man United v Brentford was announced, I thought, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
You used to play a few non-league teams, and then we'd have a Premier League team come to Griffin Park or something. But you never ever play teams in the same division.
Yeah. Here's a question. Your new stadium, the Brentford Community Stadium. What's your thoughts on the whole move? Do you think it's positive? You probably know West Ham's thoughts of moving stadium, and do you think that might affect you this season in the Premier League?
It's going to affect us all right, mate, because it's going to packed out. It's going to be the 12th man. Most Brentford fans, me included, absolutely love. I've not been there yet, but we love it. Griffin Park was great, but being in the Championship, you could tell that it was past its sell-by date. It wasn't really fit for purpose. And the new stadium, it's not like an identikit place. It's 17,250 fans in there will make it a cauldron. And I'll tell you what, mate, Brentford are looking forward to Friday night's game far more than Arsenal will be. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, definitely. That will be a cracking game. That is for sure. Let's have a look here. Scott says, De Silva is a massive blow for you guys. Reminded me of Matty Everington the year we came up, so a huge loss. Yeah, definitely a huge loss. Scott says, we'd like to see Thomas Frank in charge of West Ham one day. Seriously good manager. He is. He's brought Brentford up for the first time, so he must be doing something right.
Thomas Frank could be on the rise, mate, not on the drop.
Oh dear. Scott says, apart.
It's begun.
It has.
It's football, isn't it?
Scott says, apart from Tony and Henry, who is the man to look out for this season, Clive?
Well, last season, the man who surprised us all was a midfielder called Vitaly Janelt. He's a young German lad. If he progresses from last season, he's going to be damn good. So for that question, I'll say Vitaly Janelt. And obviously Brian Benrahma as well.
You got a couple of Finnish players in there and all, ain't you?
Yeah, we got Marcus Forss. He's a striker, but he's good. He's quality, but he's not going to oust Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Trev Tube, I hope you are well. Let's have a look here. Liam says, this was from One Football about Braithwaite. However, a deal is not yet settled as Braithwaite is unhappy with West Ham's contract offer. Negotiations between the Dane and Hammers are continuing.
I really do hope we don't get him, mate. Do not rate the geezer at all. I really don't. He's at Barcelona. He's like he's blagged it to get into Barcelona, mate. I know that for certain. But I hope we don't get him, mate. He didn't do nothing at Borough, and he wouldn't do anything for us, I don't think.
Yeah. Scott says, I like the defender. Pinnock, was impressed with him. Simon asks, Clive, who is winning the Premier League?
I can't see past Man City, mate. Especially if they get Grealish and Kane.
Yeah.
What system do Brentford play, Clive?
They mix it up, either 4 at the back or 3 at the back.
3-4-3, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. James, should we talk about a certain player? Is his name Benrahma?
Can do, mate. Do you know what I mean? The man everyone wanted out the door because he wasn't good enough, and now everyone's saying he's the next coming. Do you know what I mean? Football fans are fickle, mate. Trust me.
Yeah.
So I've always stuck by this geezer. I must admit, I've got a Brentford mate, and I spoke to him when we signed him. And he said, "James, he's a talent." He said, "But you just got to bear with him. There's going to be times where he ain't going to have the best this game, but don't lose faith because he can turn a game." And I'm not being funny. Last season, I stuck by him through thick and thin. I was on West Ham Fan TV. I was on here. I was on Falls from Iron. I was on all of them. And I was saying that, you know what, this man is, you give him the ball, he will make stuff happen. But we've got to have a striker to put the ball away. And, yeah, I do rate Benrahma a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I think of him, Jake, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Without a doubt, he's the most talented, exciting player I've ever seen in a Brentford shirt, ever. And Moyes has got to give him. It's no good giving him 20 minutes in the second half. Give him a proper run. You give him 10 games playing the whole lot, and he will get into his stride, and then he'll really show what he's about. That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah, but from an outsider looking in, obviously, you can sort of see Benrahma because he's one of your ex-players. But when you were seeing that last season, what was you thinking from the outsider looking in with regards to Benrahma not playing for us?
I can believe it. But why spend all that money and then use him as a bench warmer and bring him on for a little bit? What a waste. What a total waste. I don't watch West Ham games, to be fair, so I can't compare. I don't know whoever plays in his place. I don't know how good he is or how well he plays. But what I do know is that if you give Benrahma the time, he will give you the results. There's no question on that. No question.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. What will the reception be do you think Clive, Benrahma coming back to Brentford?
Benrahma, for me, mate, well, I'm not going to be there, but if I was there, he'd get a big cheer, and I think he will anyway.
Yeah, I think he would get a big cheer from all of the crowd. I think we've got just shy of 1,000. I think we've got 900 West Ham fans making the trip to the Brentford Stadium. So hopefully we can make a bit of noise in there and get everyone. Let's take some comments. It has been, you can't not say it. It's been Scott and James who have said it from the start with Saeed Benrahma. Scott says it's the Benrahma derby. It's his year. Mark my words. It is a massive season for Benrahma. Just to sum up the fan base's thoughts on Braithwaite and a few comments. Braithwaite is awful. Braithwaite, no. Braithwaite, no. How did Braithwaite get to Barca? Braithwaite, not for me either. Better options out there. That pretty much sums up the fan base. But what we haven't done, it's been on your screen for a little while, is set a like target. Come on, 26 people watching, only 14 likes on the board. Let's get to 25 likes. Smash that like button, indeed. Let's have a look here. Ken says, if I was a Brentford fan, I'd be scared to death of Pontus Jensen playing a very rash player. Your thoughts on that, Clive?
No, I wouldn't agree with that. No, I wouldn't agree with that at all. He's quite calm, collected. He doesn't go in too hard with the tackles. No, I don't agree with that, to be fair.
What game are you looking forward to, Clive, the most? Obviously, being in the
home games. What home games?
If you could pick a home game and an away game that you would like to go to, what ones would you choose?
Away game, Tottenham and Everton. They're the games I'm looking forward to going to most. Home games, well, the big teams, really. We got season tickets, so we're going anyway. I haven't got a particular favourite, really, I suppose. It's just going to be awesome to see us lining up at home against Man City, Man U, Liverpool. At the moment, the one I'm looking forward to most of all is Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. Long live the bowling. If the comment will come up on the screen, says Jake, be a good show with Baz and Frankie from Clayton Brahmi TV. I've spoken to Baz before. I'm sure we can make that happen. Let's scroll down. Trev Tube says, well done, James. I've always stuck with Benny too. I think he's quality. We need flair players like him. How would Brentford react to him on his return? Clive said he'll get a happy return. Let's hope so. Hashtag free Benrahmas are flooding in. I think Scott did one earlier and we missed it. Hashtag free Benrahma is there. It is. Hashtag free Benrahma.
Oh, mate.
Flooding in.
All these free Benrahmas. I feel so proud. You know what I mean? It's like he performs. But no, like, listen, it ain't like well done to me, mate. I'm not deluded to say that he was going to come in and be the next prime Messi, but I think a lot of people thought he was going to come in and be the next Dimitri Payet, and he's not Dimitri Payet. He's Saeed Benrahma, and at the end of the day, I've always said this man needs time, and he needs good players around him, and I hope we get a striker in this window from the West Ham point of view that we can go, right, there's a striker there who's going to bang in 15 goals a season. I guarantee you Saeed Benrahma will assist him about 10 times. Because that's how good he is.
I've got a question for both of you. First off, who is it that's keeping Benrahma out of the starting lineup? And whoever that is, who do you rate the most, him or Benrahma?
Well, there's four now that's keeping him out. James, would you agree?
Last season, I would have said it was Lingard. Yeah. Now, I liked when it was a four-man attack: Antonio, Bowen, Lingard, Benrahma. People looked at the Fornells thing, which I agree with Jake, and saying about Fornells because of his hard work. But what he does in the final third is not good enough for how good Saeed Benrahma is. Do you know what I mean? When I see Benrahma on the ball and he's running at people, I know that something's going to happen. Right? I believe something will happen. And I just think last year with Lingard coming in, it was just on like a wave of just everything he done turned to gold sort of thing. So this season, there is no excuses now. Benrahma has to play. So, he needs to play, mate. And if he don't play this season, then the reason I've got no idea why.
Yeah. The people in the comments for now is Lingard seems to be the main.
Lingard played for Man U the other night against us.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. 2 questions left for both of you. The first one to you were first, James. One key player for West Ham United for tomorrow's game.
Ooh. I'm going to say Fornals, mate. I think Fornals might play tomorrow, and it'd be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to see Coventry, mate, and I do and people are raving about this lad, and I've seen him over the under 23s over Dagenham, Redbridge, and for me personally, this is his final season to sort of break into the team, because if we don't do it this season, I just don't think you ever do it. So I'm going to say them 2 from me, mate.
Yeah. Clive, one key player for Brentford.
Obviously, Ivan Toney. Our B team have now split from the first team, and they've got their own friendlies. So you are going to see a fairly strong Brentford team. Ivan Toney, obviously, is going to be a key player. But the one I'm going to be watching out for is our midfielder that we've signed from FC Midtjylland, Frank Onyeka, or as he's been nicknamed, Frank the Tank. It'd be interesting. I think he'll get a starting place. It'd be interesting to see what he can do.
Yeah, I like it.
That's what I'm looking out for.
Frank the Tank, I like that. Let's have a little.
Jake, if he scores, Frank the Tank's goal celebration will be like that. I could tank's time.
Oh dear. Oh, I think I've lost you. Is that my connection? Oh no, there you're back. Yeah, you're back. Let's have a look here. Peter says Benrahma needs to improve his finishing. Eamon says Benrahma was keeping Benrahma out of the side last season. Hope this season he will keep himself in the side with his performances. Here is a valid point from Trev Tube, though. If Pereira comes in, is that going to be an issue? It could be. It could be. Fresh fielder. Mate. Fresh fielder says, ask Clive what Hugo looks like for Man United if he came on.
You can't answer. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he came on.
Scott says Bowen, Antonio, Benrahma the key for tomorrow. And yeah,
last season against us actually.
Yeah.
Antonio and Yarmolenko as well.
Oh God! Don't praise Yarmolenko. Don't. Eamon says Lingard was already a really was already a ready established Premier League player. Benrahma needs to get up to speed with the Premiership. I think he's done that now.
I can't believe some of the comments about his finishing. People need to go back to Brighton away when we're in the 84th minute. We're 1-0 down, and he scores that goal that wins us a point that actually gets us into the Europa League. So, you know what I mean? So people keep knocking Benrahma. Like, Benrahma's not a finisher, but he's an assistant merchant. Let's get that right. Like, he will make you goals left, right, and centre.
And he can finish as well, James. He can finish.
And the thing is, if Antonio learned how to put the ball in the back of the net, Antonio will be on 20 goals a season instead of 10. So,
yeah. Apparently, Jake's getting the rounds in. Apparently, yeah, here you go. The one rule: don't mention the Y word, Clive. Don't mention the Y word. It's banned on here. It's banned. Fresh Fielder says you can have Yarmolenko for free, mate. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I completely agree. Right, then the final question before we wrap things up is your prediction. James first.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 Yarmolenko hat-trick.
James. Come on, James. Come on, James. Don't be the new Adam Frankel. Come on.
No. Listen. No, I'm going to go for 3-1, mate. I think we might come out and I think we're going to be a little bit strong. I think there'll be goals in it. So, yeah, I'll go for 3-1, mate. I think Bowen might score tomorrow. He's looked good this in pre-season, I must admit, Jared. And, I believe he might nick a goal tomorrow.
Yeah. Scott sent Jake's boy in the breakfast tomorrow. Scott, I appreciate your comments, but... come on then, Clive, your prediction.
We're going to turn last season's result around, mate. 2-1 Brentford. Ivan Toney's going to get himself on the score sheet, and I hope my favourite player, Sergi Canos, also gets one. But 2-1 Brentford. Yarmolenko to score for West Ham.
Oh, he knows it now. He knows it. I think this is going to be tougher than people think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think Tony will score for Brentford, and I can see Mikel Antonio scoring for the Hammers if he starts. Let's have a look at some of your score predictions.
Anything to score for West Ham, mate? Benrahma.
Could see it. Benrahma or Antonio is the one that's is the person that's going to score tomorrow. So we're going 2-2. Fresh is going for 5-4. Interesting. Scott says Brentford 1, West Ham 2, Benrahma, Antonio, and Tony. Apparently, Jake has very deep pockets. Cyber says 7-1. Come on, your minds. Brentford have no Premier League experience. I can't quite see that, Cyber. I can't see that.
Our defence is totally strong, mate. Man, you had trouble breaking us down. Everyone's going to have trouble breaking us down. We won't concede 7.
Trev Chu says we love a 3-2. We do. Scott says bold, Cyber. I like it. Benrahma hat trick says Cyber leader. There we go. Come on. We need to get to 25 likes. 34 people watching and only 94. Only 19 likes. Come on, guys. What are you doing? That we need to get those likes up to 25 likes. That would be greatly appreciated. Yes, there is a new microphone on the way ordered today. Thank you very much. So there we go. Any final thoughts, Clive or James?
No, I just hope it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. I certainly hope that West Ham field a relatively strong squad. I think they should do as well, really, because it ain't going to be too long before the season starts, and players need 90 minutes under their belts, which is why I also think that Brentford is going to field a pretty strong squad. I hope West Ham do as well.
I think if Brentford field a strong team and we field some youngsters, we will see what our youngsters are all about. The likes of OK Flex and Connor Coventry, etc. But I think now, tomorrow, where it's on TV and all, it's on BT Sports. So at the end of the day, when them youngsters play tomorrow, we will know if they're Premier League standard, like if they can handle it with a fully strength Brentford team and a well organised Brentford team at that. So yeah.
Yeah. This isn't West Ham or Brentford related, but breaking news in Barcelona, Juventus and Real Madrid have vowed to carry on their plans with the European Super League. I thought we finished this. Absolute nonsense. I thought it was finished. Let's have a look at some final comments. Kent says, if Moyes can't find a striker, he wants would you sign Pereira and Lingard and play a more fluid forward line? I mean, signing Pereira and Lingard, I mean, that's pushing the boat out a bit. I can't see David Moyes doing it. I think it's going to be one or the other. But
I don't know, Jake. I don't know, Jake. That could happen, right? Because I don't know why. I just got a feeling that this ain't over with Lingard. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem like it's to me. It's just not over yet. Until he signs a new deal, then I can go right. It's over. Like it's all over. But until that deal is signed, I just don't think it's over, mate. And I think Pereira can be got at. So don't be surprised if at the end of the window, if someone said to me right now, you've got to go and sign them two and a defender, I think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Is Lingard for sale?
We got clear.
He's not for. They've not put a sale on him, but with his last year of his contract, I can't see. And it all goes back to the 25-man squad. If he's 20, if they put that 25-man squad in and his name's not in that squad, then he's going to be sitting out for another 4 or 5 months before he can get to leave.
They'll cash in, won't they?
Yeah, and I can see a little cheeky bid of like 20 million. Like people say, 20 million is too much for his last year of his contract. If we sign Lingard for 20 million, that's a bargain. And if he does what he done last season, it is a bargain for a 4-year deal. So for
20 million nowadays is nothing in the Premier League, is it?
Yeah, no. And it's nothing for someone who's as experienced as him. Like he's played for arguably one of the best clubs in the country, trained by them. And to me, I just think if we sign him and Pereira, that is a mega front line of like talent.
Yeah. Right. Just these final comments then. Long live the Bowling says it's Friday night. I'm waiting for the sing song. Apparently Jake's got a new Yarmolenko song. I do. Get out the door. Get out the door. Get out the door. Andre Yarmolenko, get out of the door. That is the song off the top of my head. And James is nodding his head, so we must be all right.
I agree, mate. I agree. Do you know what I mean? Until I'll be happy when he goes, but I'm getting a bit nervous that he's our backup striker, Jake.
Oh my God, don't say that, James. You just ruined my Friday night. I will
I know.
happily wave goodbye to him when he leaves West Ham this summer. Scott says I can see Moyes using Bowen as a forward. I completely agree. Freshfielder says Lingard incoming. Martin Braithwaite from Barca is I can't see it happening. Fabrizio Romano is who I trust, who I spoke to personally, has said that there is no that there has been no bids tabled. I can't see that happening, to be honest with you. Apparently, out of tune, but a song. It was a song. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. At least someone appreciates my song. Freshfield says, "Get out the door." Is that Shaking Stevens version? I don't know. It was literally off the top of my head. And final comment. It can only be from one man. Kent Hammers. I'm going 2-1 West Ham for Alzan Bowen. He has spoken.
What are you talking about?
The Kent Hammers has spoken, so we are going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here. We're still on 19 likes. What is going on? 6 more likes. Come on, guys. Let's get that over the line. Clive and James, thank you very much for coming on.
You're welcome.
No worries,
Thank you for inviting me on, mate.
Thank you very much, Clive. Come on, you minds. Come on, James.
Come on, you
Sign another player. Sign another player. Please
Clive,
sign someone. Yeah,
Clive,
a striker,
Clive,
please.
Clive, I probably you probably don't know that that James doesn't like doing this.
Yeah,
He said he'd do it when we signed a player, and we signed a player